Hello, this is Hassan from Markham Public Library. In today's video, I will show you how to use 3D slicing software in order to prepare your designs for 3D printing. Now, this video takes into account that you have an existing 3D file. An existing 3D file or STL file can be created using 3D modeling software or can be downloaded online through various websites. Now, I'm going to start off the software from scratch, but the software is free to download and is available online and in the description of this video. Now, we're going to be setting up the software for a Dremel 3D20. This refers to the 3D printer we have specifically at Markham Public Library. So what we're going to do is make sure we have 3D20 selected and click Add Printer, and our printer will show up. Now, everything in the blue lines is the 3D printer itself. Anything in the checkered boxes is the floor of the 3D printer. Now, what we're going to do is load our file into the software. So to do that, we're going to click Open File, which is on the left-hand side here. And I'm going to select my file. So I'll hit Open here. Now, my file is showing up on the floor of the 3D printer, which is great. We want to make sure the file is nice and flat on the 3D printer so it's not floating. Now, what we're also going to do on the right-hand side is to set up our design for what we want to look like, what we want it to look like in the physical form. Now, we're going to be printing using PLA plastic, so that's the material. For profile, this refers to the smoothness of the design. We're going to make sure this is on medium quality or high quality, depending. Now, the smaller this number, usually the longer it's going to take to 3D print. So I'm going to click 0.2 to get midway point. Now, infill refers to the internal structure of our 3D model. 20% infill means it's going to be 20% solid inside the design. So I'm going to click that. But the bigger the number here, the longer it'll take. Generate support. This refers to if your design has anything with overhead angles or designs that have parts of the design that will be trickier to 3D print. My specific design is basically a keychain that's relatively flat. So I'm going to make sure I have that box unchecked. Build plate adhesion, I usually keep this on. It creates a little bit of plastic around your 3D design that you cut off later. It's very helpful for making sure that your design stays in place while it's 3D printing. Just gives it an extra layer of stationary support. So I'm going to make sure this is checked off as well. And once I have all of this enabled, you can hit prepare and your design will be ready to save to an SD card, which can then be inserted into the 3D printer. Now, there are custom settings that you can adjust to get more detail with regards to designs. You can use this in very rare cases. I don't recommend using it all the way too much. It creates too much time for troubleshooting. But for beginners and for starter projects, recommended is the best setting to use for that. Now you'll notice my design is showing up here at the bottom right-hand corner, and it's telling me the length, the width, and the height of my 3D design. If I select my design, I can also adjust properties in terms of scale. So I can make it bigger or smaller if I needed to. You can rotate the design and you can mirror the design. Scaling the design makes it bigger or smaller in length, width, and height, and you can also adjust those sizes proportionally as well. Now, the bigger the design, the longer it'll take. If you need it at a specific design or your design specifications, make sure you don't adjust scaling at all. But if you want to make it bigger or smaller because you just want to test it out, that is an option for you as well. So if I want to make this bigger, I can, and it's adjusted for 20% larger in terms of the length, width, and height. And my dimensions in millimeters have adjusted for that on the right-hand side here. I'm going to go back to 100 and just keep it at its intended design size. And if I hit prepare, it's going to tell me that my design is going to take 20 minutes, and all I have to do is click Save to File. If you have an SD card reader and plug in your SD card, it'll save directly to the SD card as well, so that's very useful. And all you have to do is take that file and SD card it to the library, and you're good to go. Thank you for watching this video. For more information, please visit our website. Follow us on social media for the latest updates on your library.